Hi Capricorn, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for January 2026. And let's just see what comes up. I'm not doing the Celtic cross, I'm doing something different here. Yeah, no, there's the 10 of Cups, but that's the way I'm dealing it. So you have the 5 of Swords here, the 3 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So a conflict is ending. You're looking for your ships to come in and they're coming in. So new possibilities are coming in. You just want to fight, or conflict is ending. You're no longer engaging in it. You kind of won the argument, I would say, but that doesn't really mean that you come out as a winner in that sense. It was kind of a dirty fight and you think like, oh, was it really necessary to do that? Well, you're coming out of it. There's a new beginning here. There's work to do and mastership. With the Fool card, the 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor, right? So you worked yourself out of something, but there's already, it feels like you had this fight, conflict, whatever, very dirty, very low in frequency, and you come out of it and then you kind of pick up where you left it, right? You pick up your life where you left it. There's a new beginning, you got work to do, but there's mastership here, and I feel like you deserve this mastership because that mastership might have been questioned, right? There's the 5 of Pentacles, the Devil, and what we got in the center here, the 3 of Cups. Look at that, look at that. Balance. So don't freak out, but there is the 5 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands, right? And we got an arc here. So we're moving forward from left to right, so to speak. Center is a celebration. So even if the 5 of Pentacles and the Devil, this is the old conflict basically, right? So you have to ask yourself, do I really want to end this conflict? And if the question is yes, then by all means go to work and do work on what you already know how to do. There's something that I feel like this mastership here, or this aspect here, is not so much a new beginning with the Fool card and the 8 of Pentacles because of the Emperor, right? So you're already there. You have to pick up where you left something. And this is more like not a completely new beginning, but a restart of something that you have already built for yourself, and you kind of had to let it go. Why? Because you were sent out into the cold. This is a difficult energy where you had to endure something connected to the 5 of Swords, That's kind of the outgoing energy here. And the most important lesson, and you got strong cards here, the Emperor and the Devil. And it's a celebration. Why? Because the conflict is ending. But the conflict is ending also means that you're no longer engaging in the conflict. It means that you restart what you have kind of set aside. Why? Because somebody forced you to engage into this conflict. And yeah, right? And now you're leaving the conflict, no longer engaging it, and picking up what you left. And there's your success. There's your 3 of Cups, which is a celebration, good people, right? There's a lot to celebrate here. And how to end this conflict, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's the Tower, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Page of Cups, yeah. The Hanged Man, the Two of Cups, oh, that's so delicious. And the Ten of Pentacles with the 5. And bottom of the deck is the World card. You're restoring balance. That's for sure. Subconscious frequency. There's the Sun card. There's the High Priestess as well. So, I don't know, for you in particular, it seems like, I mean, I've been doing this for a while now, and the energies were pretty tough in the last 7 years, especially in 2025. This is January 2026, right? And I talked about this at length in different videos, probably also in your video. It's a seismic shift, right? The new frequencies, the frequencies of the new system are higher and stronger in 2026 for the first time. Whereas in 2025 and the years before, the frequencies of the old paradigm were stronger, right? So they were kind of fighting for their domination or whatever, right? And, you know, the new system just overtakes and the frequencies are higher of the new, which is in our favor if you're resonating more with the empathic side of the spectrum. If you're a narcissist, you might have a difficult year, but this looks pretty good. It looks like mastership. It looks like picking something up that you left while you had to fight. Somebody tried to make you fight. Somebody tried to take your possibilities away. Somebody, you know, there's a tower connected to the Five of Swords. Somebody sent you out of your comfort zone and sent you out for good, so to speak, but you came back and you're coming back. It's a kind of comeback month, right? January 2026, but 2026 in general. And in 2026 in January, it really starts with a big bang, and it starts with you no longer engaging in the conflict. How do you deal with the devil? Okay, let's talk a little about the devil. And you learned it probably in the last few years. You had enough possibilities to get to know the inner workings of the antagonist, right? So, how does the devil work? The devil is all about extremes, right? The devil is all about extremes. And the devil always has two horns, right? So you think group A is the bad people, right? These are the bad people, right? Group B, these are the good people, right? But you know what? The devil always has two horns. The devil always works with extreme opposites, right? So you can't have the day without the night. You can't have the night without the day, right? Many things like that. We can talk all day long about this topic, but the devil is always trying to send you out into the extreme. So you might end up in group B, right? But it's not, you know, you think in group A, group B, while the devil thinks in extremes. You think in forms, A or B, these people or these people, this religion or this religion, right? You think in forms, and the devil thinks in functionality, in extremes. The devil doesn't care what extreme he sends you to, right? As long as you end up in an extreme, because that's his realm, that's hell, the world of extremes. So, in order for you to disengage with that trap, right, this antagonistic devilish trap, right, you have to lower the amplitude, so to speak, right? So think of it like a pendulum. So the pendulum swings in one direction, and then there's an extreme in the one direction, right? And then it swings back into the other direction, same amplitude, you know, if it swings like this to the one side, it swings like that to the other side as well. So you get A and B, and these are extreme positions. But you really bring it down to happiness, to joy, to stability, to abundance if you lower the amplitude, if you lower the frequency. So you bring the extremes down. The pendulum swings not to the extremes, 90 degrees on each side, but a little lower, and you keep it a little lower, right? That's how you end the conflict. You're not jumping from one extreme to the other. This is what the little people do. This is what bipolar people do. This is what the narcissists do. But the narcissist always tries to push you to an extreme. The narcissist wants an extreme reaction. He wants to trigger you, guilt, fear, shame, anger, rage, hatred, all these lower frequency energy, very charged with emotion, with fire energy, and they catapult you in this direction, in that direction, doesn't really matter. Most important thing, you end up in an extreme. That's her game, actually. Toxic female principle, right? How to disengage from the conflict, how to make it happen that you concentrate on your good work and that you find mastership in it, and therefore have a new beginning with the creation of what you want to create, your work, your life, you know, building yourself up, right? Instead of engaging in conflicts, instead of taking the bait of the narcissist, so to speak. So you have to lower the amplitudes. You have to avoid extremes. How do you do this? Breath work, 1 in, 2 out. I don't know, long walks. You can do sports, but you should do meditation and or breath work. You know, even if it's just for 10 minutes or something, you can really take this, make it part of your day. 1 in, 2 out, okay? And then you're lowering your amplitudes, you know, you bring it down. You know, you're not winning the fight by proving the narcissist wrong. The narcissist doesn't care who's wrong or right. The narcissist wants you to engage in conflict and keep you engaged in conflict. The narcissist does not necessarily want to win an argument. He just wants the argument to continue. He wants the pendulum to swing very unstable, high frequency in all sorts of direction, right? You know, it's about the extremes. It's about a system that is unstable. That's what his game, her game is all about. And not taking the bait of the narcissist, not getting angry, not defending yourself, not justifying yourself, not explaining yourself. Just concentrate on what you want to create. Stability, happiness, mastership. There's the Queen of Cups, there's the Queen of Pentacles. You got everything you need in that regard. Protect your inner peace. You got everything you need, and just do it and focus on your own mastership. You're already there in mastership. That's no problem here. Absolutely no problem. And then if you do not, I mean, people will still try to, the world is still full of narcissists, right? But you're going from the 5 of Swords to the 5 of Wands. So this is really, there's your clarifier of the 10 of Pentacles, by the way. So wealth, abundance, and prosperity is going to pay off if you just not taking the bait of people who want to take away your frequency, your energy, and kind of want to mindfuck you into engaging in whatever sort of drama they would like you to engage. Because this is how they steal your power, your frequency away. Not necessarily to destroy your power, just diffuse it, you know, make it swing in all sorts of directions, you know, hopefully in the extreme, right? Taking away the inner peace, that's how it's done, right? So do not do that, and actively make it a choice not to do that. To rest within yourself, to stay calm, to not take the offer of drama, of conflict, of argument. Do not justify yourself. Do not explain yourself. You're not going to convince a narcissist, right? The devil doesn't want to win. The devil does not necessarily, ultimately it's about negation, right? But the narcissist, sometimes he only wants you to lose your focus. And what is your focus in January? Picking up what you left behind with joy, with happiness, with optimism, right? With knowledge that you can do it. And then the universe is providing, the universe is conspiring with the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, right? Your emotional stability, your inner peace, and you're doing it, you're doing the work, and you're doing the work, you're using your energy to create something that makes sense for yourself instead of justifying or defending yourself against some other BS story somebody else tries to engage you with, right? Heavy energies for January, I know, but it's getting better. 2026 is going to be a good year. What you're reading, your 2026 reading, I'm going to link it at the end. Sacred Earth, okay. In January, you're just unmind-fucking yourself by not allowing anybody to trick you back into this mindfuck of, oh, I'm not good enough. Can I do this? Really? Do I got everything I need? Am I good enough? Guilt, fear, shame stories, you know? No. So you don't pick up the bait, right? You're not explaining, you're not justifying yourself, right? You focus on what you want to create. And this is number 16, Blue Angel Oracle deck, Sacred Earth, Health and Vitality. You can find healing and inspiration by connecting with the earth. Nature's healing energy will bring you peace and balance your body, mind, and emotions. You can connect with nature's timeless wisdom anytime, anywhere, even if you are indoors. Simply close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by nature's beauty. Blah, blah, blah. And it goes on like this. And they're basically describing a visualization of nature. I would say just go out into nature if you have the chance to, even if it's just a park or something like that. Connect with nature, ground yourself, fresh air, move your body, right? And then, as I said, you can do this at home perfectly. Meditation and then breath work. 1 in, 2 out, and then just focus on what you want to do, right? Think of January as the months. I don't know if you went to university or college or whatever, but you most likely went to school, right? And before you had an exam, there is this moment where you just have to be super disciplined and cancel out all the noise, basically, right? And really focus on what you have to do. You know, prepare for your test, for your exam or whatever. And this is the moment in January 2026. You're canceling out the noise, everything that is trying to engage you in conflict and lower frequencies. And there is a heavy energy here who wants to do that, who wants to have you come back to conflict. Please fight with me, right? Please waste your energy in my endless drama. Please do that, right? You say no to that, you know, kicking that out of your life, and you're shifting your focus to what needs to be done. And there is your success, there's your joy, there's your happiness. And there are a lot of people who are on your side, but you have to make the decision. Do I go for the conflict, or do I create my life, focus my energy on the creation of the life that I want? There is your mastership. So it is a good month. And is this January? It's January 2026. So it's the first month of what is going to be a fantastic year. Check out your yearly reading at the end here. I'm linking it somewhere here. So that's all I got now. But share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and hopefully see you next time. Ciao.